So I get this question all the time on how do I get toned, right? Toned, we always hear, I want to be toned, I want to be muscular, I want to be toned. Well, what is that? What is toned, right? When someone says they want to be toned, what they mean is they want low body fat with muscles. Because when you see toned, right, you see the tone, right? You see the muscles poking out, which means you have muscles, but you also have low enough body fat to the point where you can actually see those muscles, okay? So, example of someone who's toned. Now, Zac Efron's freaking ripped, but if he had a little bit higher body fat, he's toned, right? Because you can see, I mean, he's not a big guy. He's about 160 pounds in this picture, right? But he's toned up. So when people say they want tone, this is what they mean. They want low body fat and they want to see their muscles. Okay? So how do we do this? Assuming you don't look like this because you're watching this video, you want to get toned. You either don't have muscles or you can't see your muscles. So you're going to have a combination of building some muscle and lowering your body fat. Okay, well, how do you build muscle? You have to resistance train and you have to eat protein, right? Because you work your muscles out, protein helps them build up. Just a side note, you're going to need some carbs in your diet because it allows your body to use the protein to build muscle. Okay, so but here's the thing. You're going to eat carbs and fats anyway. Okay, so it's really going to come down to getting the protein in, hitting the training, and you can eat whatever carbs you want. I would say have some fruit in there for carbs if you want that. Okay, I'm not going to add that. But again, you're going to have that protein, you have the resistance training to build muscle, and then to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. There's no other way you can lose fat but be in a calorie deficit. And if you want to lose fat, it means that you need to have high protein and you need to be in a calorie deficit as well so you can build muscle but also lose fat. To an extent, maybe you'll lose some muscle, but you got to be building at the same time. If you're more beginner, you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. At the end of the day, you'll be all right, okay? So moving forward to what does that look like, right? Because if we think about this, what's it actually going to look like? So protein, calories, resistance training, and then whatever else you eat can be the calories. Or you hit your protein and then it's just down to calories. So I'd say get those calories in with sources like carbs, right? Like fruit. Okay, so if you get the protein in lean with protein bars, protein shakes, the chicken, okay, the calories should be fruit so it fuel your workouts and allow your body to use the protein to build muscle, okay? Next, okay, so what does it look like, okay? Protein, 1 gram per pound of goal body weight, okay? Goal body weight. So if you're 200 pounds and you're trying to get toned, you don't need 200 grams. I'd say 100, 150 grams, right? The more the better, but you don't think you have to eat a ton of protein if you're not shredded, okay? Next, calories. I always say try to eat your BMR, which is your body weight, times 10 in calories, okay? So example, okay, if you're 200 pounds, okay, times 10, that's 2,000 calories. But if you eat it, okay, in lean protein and fruit and veggies, 2,000 calories is going to be a lot of food. That's why I always say that, right? Here's the thing. If you want to lose fat, you can either eat less of what you're already eating or you can change what you're eating and actually eat more for less calories, okay? So I recommend body weight times 10, eat that amount of calories in lean protein and fruits and veggies. Lean protein doesn't necessarily mean meat. It could be protein bars, protein shakes, Greek yogurt, egg whites. So lean protein and then fruits and veggies, and you're going to eat unlimited of all that, and you're going to look amazing, okay? Next, resistance training. So you're going to want to be lifting about 3 to 5 hard sessions a week. I recommend even more, 3, 5, 6 maybe. And the idea is if you want to build muscle, best way for that is going to be 12 reps. Slow and controlled, control the weight, really feel the stretch, feel the burn. And you're going to want, right, so if we have an amazing set, okay, we have a good set of 12 reps till failure, right? If we're doing 12 reps, it means we can't do 13 reps. We're going hard. After that, once we have an amazing set, we need to do 8 to 20 sets per muscle group per week, depending on how advanced you are, okay? So if you're sore, here's a good little field test if you don't want to, like, spreadsheet it out, okay? You work your muscle for X amount of good quality sets, 12 reps, slow and controlled till failure, and you do a bunch of those sets in a workout, and you get sore, right? And then you wait until you're not sore for a full day with that muscle. And then the next day, you should hit that muscle again. So you need to stack up your split. That's why people are like, oh, split, what's the best split? It doesn't matter what the split is. You need to figure out what exercises you're going to do, get those sets in with the best exercises, and then you have to do X amount of sets of that exercise or whatever exercise you're going to do do that, get sore, and then wait till you're not sore. Have a day where you're not sore, and then the next day you should be hitting that muscle. So if you want to do, chest, shoulders, back, arms, legs, if you want to do chest, tri, back, bi, whatever, or you want to do full body. You want to, instead of doing 7 sets of chest in one day, you do 1 set every day for a week. If you want to do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, you want to do a full body weight workout every day. It doesn't matter as long as you're getting the sets in over the course of a week. You hit the muscle, it's sore within a 7-day window, right? It's like, that's the idea of a split, right? If it's a 7-day window, you hit it on day 1. You usually wait 1, 2, that 3rd day you're not sore, and you hit it again. That's why a 4-day split, push, pull, legs, whatever, you give it the couple days to not be sore, and then you crank it again. Or something like a full body, it's like, 1 set. So you're not going to get sore, but you're getting that set quality in over time. How many sets should I do? If this is the chart, this is like a PhD professor chart experiment they did, and they figured out that MAV is your maximum adaptive volume. So for most people, somewhere in this range is going to be where your muscles are going to want to grow. And that doesn't mean in one workout, okay? So when I say per week, you got to think, if you're doing push-pull legs, that's 2 cycles. So if I'm doing push-pull legs, that means, say I'm at 14, I get 7 sets a week. So if I'm doing push-pull legs, I get 2 workouts in a 7-day window. So for back here, that might be 7 sets of back on day 1, pull, and then it's legs, push, pull again. So then I split those sets up. That's the idea. It's like you have sets, you can do all of them in one, or you can split them out over the week, and that's how splits work. So it's going to need to be some combination of protein, goal body weight, calories, right, body weight times 10, and eat that in clean food so you're not really hungry, right? Because body weight times 10 is going to feel like less. If you eat that in shit food, it's gonna be really hard. Okay, so body weight times 10 in lean protein, and I recommend lean protein and fruit, because you're not gonna. It's gonna be really hard. Lean protein, fruit, veggies. It's gonna be really hard to be super hungry if you're spreading those calories out over the day. So again, resistance training, protein, calorie deficit, and you hold that until you look how you want to look. And then when you're satisfied, you bump your calories up and you maintain that weight. And that's how you get toned. There's no other way you can get toned but losing fat and building muscle, or keeping the muscle you already have so you can see it when you take the fat off. That's getting toned. That's it. That's the game. And hopefully that helps. Have a good day. Amazing. If you want one-to-one coaching from me, and you want me to personally work with you one-to-one and show you, and do all this for you, literally put this in a program, nutrition program, everything out for you, go ahead and click the link below. It is a link to apply for me for my one-to-one coaching, but my Instagram is always linked. So either follow me on Instagram, okay, and I'll reach out to you, or apply my one-to-one coaching below. The link is below. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day.